What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Conversation Lab, your favorite show about our favorite game, Star Wars Unlimited. I'm D House here with Jay. Jay, how's it
Hiya.
going? Coach?
It's going. I am coach, and that's
You
why I couldn't be at the regionals this weekend.
yeah, you coached Little League World Series game, right? With your daughter?
Basically, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
T-ball World Series, so they say.
There you go.
It's actually
Um,
more of a game for the coaches where we try to strategically place the 5 to 7-year-olds to actually win the game. So it's less about the kids having fun and playing, more about the adults trying to like outthink each other.
that's perfect. It's
Yeah.
like it's 3D chess.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, so Mike and Jim can't join us for various reasons. So Jay and I are going to talk a little bit about regionals, which I'm still like I'm not jet lagged, I'm just conference lagged, I guess.
Yeah, just
I don't know what
reeling.
you call that. Event traveling lagged. So we'll talk a bit about that and we'll hit some set 7 spoilers because I don't know if you realize this, we are at this point 11 days away from the first pre-release
Mhm.
for set 7, which is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's
Here.
pretty crazy. Entering a whole new chapter of the game, to be honest, and I am excited about it. I hope everybody is as excited about it as I am, but I think it's a very welcome change to the game.
Yeah, by the way, we've got our members only peeps in the chat. We got Maverick and Will. There were so many participants at and unplayable shirts and hats at regionals. That was really cool
That's
to see.
awesome. I love that.
Um but yeah, all right. Well, let's honest w- rate your excitement. You said you're really excited about set 7 coming, but rate your level of like compare it to previous sets.
Uh,
Where is your level of excitement about set 7, rotation, all the things compared to where it's been?
that's interesting. I mean, it's definitely less than like before the game came out, like set 1. Definitely less than probably set 2 as well. Um, there was a lull at set 3, I think, going into set 3, just not quite as exciting. Set 4, I was pretty hyped about getting. Set 5, surprisingly, even though I think it's a pretty well-designed set and has a lot of cool stuff in it, going into Worlds, I wasn't super hyped, like, about playing the game. And I think that kind of showed a little bit in, like, how well I did at the event and all that kinda stuff. Um, but it was more of, like, the meta I just wasn't a fan of, not the set itself. I think set 5's a very, very good set. Set 6, I was not excited about whatsoever, so I'd say somewhere between, like, s uh, hmm, not as exciting as the beginning of the game, but almost as exciting as that because it kind of feels like it's a whole new beginning of the game, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, I'm right there with you. Being at regionals this weekend, it it was a it was interesting because the regionals was so late in the life of set 6 that some people are like, oh, are people really going to be interested in premiere or whatever? But it was simultaneously like the goodbye swan song for Han 1, Han 2, all that stupid trash that we're all sick and tired of playing in premiere. And it was goodbye to set 6 limited, which a lot of us have been playing a ton of. And yes, well, I'm contractually obligated to mention Cad Bane because Will's here in the chat. Goodbye to Cad Bane.
Yeah.
And but it was like a I don't know. It was like a really positive, yeah, we're all sick of this, but we realize this is the end of one era and the start of a brand new era in Star Wars Unlimited that it was kind of sweet. Like, I don't know. I feel like I get to the end of these like big events and then I go, okay, I just need a break from the game for for like a few weeks because all I did 24/7 was think about the game. But then leaving that, all I wanted to do was like, okay, I missed a bunch of the set 7 spoilers. I need to like catch up and get ready for pre-release, which is different from me. Normally, I'm like, no, I need some space. I don't want some space. So I'm like, I'm ready for a new limited set. I'm ready for Premiere to get all shaken up, and I don't have to look at the same, whatever. I think the meta was for the most part pretty healthy in general. It's been healthy for a while, I think. But yeah, I don't want to. I'm done with the sets 1, 2, and 3 liters.
Yeah.
Like it was fun, but goodbye.
Yeah, definitely. I think it helps that you didn't go like crazy burning yourself out practicing for regionals, so you're not like burnt out on the game.
I did not. And let's just say that's why I performed exactly the way I performed at regionals.
um before we get into that, um you're kind of talking about the vibe in the room a little bit. What kind of vibes did you get about the game as a whole, going and like coming out of regionals? Did it feel like there's a lot of people there? Do you feel like there could have been more people there? Do you feel like people were still like excited about the game? And
um, yeah, I mean, there were I think 750 people playing in Premiere and like 590 played limited. Um, which I mean, I can't really compare those numbers to anything else. I know Europe has higher numbers in general, but I think Europe is just different because it's so much easier to travel there. So I don't know. I felt great about the number of people there, and like there were so many people I know who love this game, like you and Mike, and I mean even in our chat, like Maverick and Will. Like there's so many people who truly love the game and who weren't there. So I felt like the excitement, the buzz was real. I think the fatigue over sets 1 through 6 meta is also real. I think some people just don't like limited as a competitive format. I don't understand those people, but I respect it. So, um, yeah, I don't know. There was just like a really good, genuine excitement about it. I would also say I think one of the things I noted about that experience was there was so much more hype about Twin Suns than I've seen at any regionals, worlds, or anything. Like Twin Suns events and pods were firing like crazy. Everywhere I looked, there were people playing. There a bunch of people I met or talked to that said it was their first Twin Suns game ever. And like there was one guy who was like, I've only competed in Premier and but now I get it. Like this is addictive. Like I I want to play more Twin Suns. And people were
nice.
borrowing decks to do pods uh and there were some pretty epic moments, and that part made me really happy because I think maybe with the Twin Suns precons coming in May, um, like now people are like, oh well, maybe I'll actually try this format because I don't have to think about deck building. So
Cool.
yeah, I think overall the energy is pretty high for the game while we were there.
Nice.
Yeah,
What about how the event was ran? Like, I mean, I don't think you've been to any big events since Worlds either. I know I
yeah, I didn't
haven't
go to
been.
any sectors.
How was
Um,
the event? I mean, I know it's not FFG hosting it like they do Worlds, but like, how was the prize wall? How was the ticket stuff? How was the people missing? Like, I know they
yeah.
were missing packs or something. Like, how was
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
that?
So
And what was the
we should
reception
probably
there?
say we should probably note there will be a different video with Jim where we're gonna highlight Jim's run because
Yeah,
Jim had an incredible limited run. If you didn't know, he finished 23rd overall, I think like 10-3. And we're gonna talk about that because he crushed. It was awesome. Um yeah, so okay. One thing I'm gonna note is that FFG physically showed up for the event. Like there were 4 or 5 FFG employees so SCG was running it, but FFG was there. So Jack was running around with other staff taking pictures, doing interviews, making sure the live stream was happening, which hey, okay, on this on Conversation Lab, we said FFG like after the last sector where the buffering and the stream was just terrible. We were like, "Hey, it feels like a worthwhile investment of money to make sure that there is a stream of these big events," and they made it happen. So we gotta acknowledge when we ask for things and then they happen, like, we gotta, like, shout those things out because it
Yeah,
happened.
absolutely. And I will say, as someone who is viewing from home, the stream was really well put together. I mean, it was a fantastic stream. The quality of it, there was no buffering, bull crap. You could see the cards, you could see the players, and they had good casters were there. So yeah, the stream was really, really top notch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, I caught the stream a couple times, like, when I was just getting lunch and things like that, and it seemed pretty legit. The only
Did
the only
you
bad the only
on
bad thing about the stream was that Jim and I were not featured on the stream, so
yeah, which is bull crap, but
yeah, I'm pretty upset about that.
um Did, you say they made it happen. Did they pay for the Wi-Fi, or did they provide anything, or did they just ask them to
I
make
think they
sure they have a stream set up, or what?
I think they contracted SCG to make sure that it would happen,
Okay,
is
cool.
from what it seemed like. So that's why it was hosted on an SCG-owned YouTube channel,
Got it.
like, the whatever I forget what it was called, but, um,
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
obviously, they
yeah,
provided them with, graphics and overlays and all that stuff because it was
yeah,
all, FFG, Star Wars Unlimited look,
yeah,
graphics and overlays and all that stuff, so
yeah.
that's good.
So yeah, that was it. Obviously, like, day one, like, I got there on Thursday. I got there at like 2 because there was some crazy weather coming in. I'm like, I want to avoid traffic, whatever. So I got there before a lot of people. Third Street Market Hall is this like awesome place in downtown Milwaukee. It has like a ton of different restaurants and like it's all the food and drinks you could possibly want. What is happening? That is a close up right there. You
Sorry,
killing spiders?
I had to fix something before it
Oh,
fell.
I just assumed because I've had spiders like crawling around my computer before where I was like, "Oh, I gotta kill this thing." Um, so yeah, I got there early and was just chilling, and then the news popped out that yeah, they didn't have enough black packs to give out, and
When
um,
you say they didn't have enough black packs to give out, I mean, because I don't know everything that happened. Like, no players got it,
no, no,
or
no, no, you were supposed to get 2, and you could only get 1 for being in the main event. And I think the black packs were supposed to be on the prize wall. Um, I I fully admit I don't follow prize wall news. Like it's sort of one of those things where like I just do at the end of the event because someone gave me tickets and I'm at Chuck E. Cheese and I need to redeem my tickets before mom puts me in the minivan and drives me home. So um uh the so yeah, so anyway, so there was this whole thing where you got you're supposed to get 2 black packs, you only got 1 and a Secrets of Power Carbonite pack instead, and but you could redeem if you wanted the second black pack, you could fill out this QR code and turn in 700 tickets, and they are going to mail physically your second black pack to your house. Um, so I did that, Jim did that, we're gonna get it in the mail at some point,
wait,
so
so you were supposed to get a free second black pack, but now you're having to pay prize wall tickets for it?
yeah, I don't I think that's the case. I think it was, like, for because you also got the Secrets of Power Carbonite pack, um, and I don't know. I'm the worst person to ask these questions of because I don't care at all about black packs and prize ball tickets and stuff. So, maybe I'm a bad, podcaster, but, someone else will probably explain it better 'cause
Okay.
even in Discord, I was like, "I don't care." Like, people were losing their minds
I do
and
think people get, overreact to things a lot
yeah,
of the time. Like, I get it, Fantasy Flight, has a certain track record and all of that kinda stuff, and they've messed up these types of things in the past, but, sometimes sometimes, yeah, just not not overreact. Uh, they had some black packs there for people, and they're allowing you to get it still if you want it. So, at least they did something. Before,
Yeah,
they would have just been like, "You're out of luck."
yeah.
So
So I did get 2 black packs while I was there, 1 for limited, 1 for premier, and then I'm gonna get 1 in the mail. Jim got, like, 17 or something, it was ridiculous. He just,
he's a legend.
and then he immediately sold basically everything Jim got for prizes, he sold. I think he made, like, $850 off of just doing well at this
Nice.
event. So,
Let's go.
uh, yeah. Yeah, it was a profitable trip for Jim. I said all those hours, grinding and practicing, actually translated to to, like, positive dividends for him. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so some people were upset at the beginning, but I do think people, I don't know, maybe they realized I'm a bad audience for complaining, so don't complain to me, and so nobody was complaining to me about it,
Well, Jack
but
was
oh,
there, they could just go complain to him.
yeah, exactly. And they did. I did talk. I was talking to Jack a lot. It's just good to see him. We obviously go way back from Destiny days, but so people came to him. He's a great representative, like for that stuff. Um, we are in good hands in Star Wars Limited because Jack is there. I think
Jack is
like
there, and then Xander is the OP guy now, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's
But
like
Jack was there with like the team of people making sure like social media and photos. That was another thing. We said, hey, we should get actual photo and like footage and video footage of people playing the game that goes on social media. And if you look at FFG's social media, it was all look at
it's way
all
better.
hundreds of people playing this game. Like 700 in the premier event. There's another 50 in limited on, or it was 750, so 800. So there's probably eight and a lot of people just playing side events. So there's probably 900 people there, maybe 1,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
Overall, it was very full. I
I think a
really
huge
love the
thing about, like, card game culture too is, like, allowing the game to build a narrative, and when you have shots, like, professionally taken shots at events like this of, like, well-known, uh, people in the space and, like, getting shots of them, getting pictures of them playing other well-known people in the space, like, it builds narratives, it builds hype, and people like that kinda crap. So it's like,
yeah,
why not do it? It's free marketing for FFG.
yeah. And they did it again. I just want to shout out like we've mentioned that on the cast, and it
Yeah,
happened. So I got to give credit where credit's due.
100%, 100%.
Okay, I want to address Maverick said in the chat here. He said, I think they might need to reconsider the location for any event in the winter. Having 2 of the limited top 8 leave early due to weather and travel was a bummer. Okay, but here's the thing. The weather in Milwaukee and Chicago was fine. It
Right.
was
It
the
was where they
weather
were
issue
coming from.
was back home in the Northeast where they're getting slammed. So I think in general, like it doesn't matter where you put the location in the winter.
I mean, it
Any
does a
any
little
place in the
bit, but it's not for the reasons he's pointing out.
right, right. I think that's what like people were confused, like, oh, because the weather's bad in Milwaukee. Or, like, no, actually, it was totally fine. Like, there was no
Yeah.
issues. It was just cold. Mike would have died. We talked many times about how Mike would have died. Um, but yeah, so I think it's just any regional in the winter, someone's gonna have bad weather.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having a central regional so that people on the East Coast and the West Coast, you
No, no,
know,
no, no, no.
can get there. We don't
Bring
need a coast
win
thing.
winter winter events need to be in Florida. All teams, where do teams go to do their winter training? They don't go up to Michigan. They don't go up to New York to do winter training. They come down to Florida. You know why? Because it ain't 20 degrees, 15 degrees outside. It's nice, sunny. You ain't got to worry about snow. We're chilling.
There
Come
you go.
on.
Great. Fine, I'll come to Florida. But the issue is if I go to Florida without my wife, she'd be like, "Are you kidding me? You're going to Florida in the winter without me?" And now I
What's
got to pay
so
more money.
funny is you say that like it's a destination, but then when you talk about Florida, you're like, it's just the basement of the United States. So it's like, wait, is it a good thing or a bad thing that you're coming to Florida?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Maverick agrees with you, so
Perfect.
I'm outvoted. But I just think regionals should always be in Chicago, and I don't think I'm biased at all.
Trash.
Anyway, but honestly, the venue, Baird Center, where it was in Milwaukee, was actually great. Like it
Nice.
was, the room was cool. Plenty of bath. They had like food on site, plenty of vendors.
How
You know,
cold was it there?
cold. I mean, the day one it was not, and then it like progressively got colder over the next few
Did
days.
they
So like,
have, like, a heater running in the convention center, or was it just, like, nothing was on?
did they have the heater running in the convention center?
Yeah.
That's the most Florida comment I've ever.
Did they? Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
heat. Yes, people run the heat in the winter in cold
Well,
states.
the reason that I ask is because like, I don't know if I've been in a convention center where it's been cold enough you needed to run the heat, but then I feel like with all these gamers, it might get kinda musky in there if they're running the heat like that.
No, man, no. The play it was massive. This convention center was hosting. Okay, all right. It was the Star Wars Limited, 1,000 people. One floor below us was the SCG Con with a bunch of sweaty Magic players. I didn't even see
Oh
them
gosh.
the whole time. Like, truly, never saw them. It was a massive thing happening. None of them. By the way, there were 3 FFG devs there, and other FFG employees who came to like compete in like Riftbound and Magic the floor below, but would hang out with us at SWU, which was great because they can't compete in SWU. I was happy for them. Um, and there were 2 different dancing competitions. There was like fancy dancing and then like some like kids dance competition. I don't know, like also happening in the convention center, which reminded me of like the Backstreet Boys at Galactics, like the contrast in these. But truly,
Which is
again,
happening again.
never saw them. Yeah, it was a pretty sweet location. There's tons of hotels um and not too crowded, not like insane, um stressful at all. So
Yeah. That's cool, that's cool. Um, yeah, so I guess that's kind of the vibes of the event and everything, and it seems like it went off pretty well, with, like, minor hiccups. I think FFG is getting better and better at this kinda stuff and, putting the right people into the positions that they need to be so that they can continue to execute on this, types of things, and hopefully there's more of that to come with, shifting roles of people and making sure they're in the right positions that they need to be in,
yep.
but let's talk about the meta. Let's talk about the event itself, the actual gameplay.
Okay.
So, I guess
Um
we'll start with sealed since that's day 1
yeah,
what you
limited.
played in.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, should I talk about what I pulled?
Sure, let's talk what deck did you play?
Yeah, all right. So all right, so sealed. First of all, I mean, it was like the vibes were so great. Like walking in and having that many people playing sealed was crazy. It's a logistical nightmare, I imagine, for the team, but I feel like it went pretty well. Um, like the tournament itself was run pretty great. Premier, there was a lot of delays between the matches. That was a little strange to me, but for limited, it went pretty swiftly. So I sat down and opened my 6 packs. My first pack was Jabba, and I'm like, all right, cool. I like Jabba. Not great and sealed, but okay. Second pack C3PO. Third pack C3PO. Fourth pack Jabba. So for those at home, I now have 2 Jabbas and 2 C3POs in 4 packs. And I'm thinking, I better have a sweet Jabba pool. My fifth pack is Bail Organa, who's
Yes,
basically unplayable
let's
in
go.
limited. And my 6 pack, I opened Sabe, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I have at least some playable hero option in Sabe and Java in villain. The rest of the packs though, there was like 1 villain card in each color. So Jabba was like, I don't think so. I don't think I can do this. So it was basically like, yeah, you're playing Sabe. There's not an option. You are playing Sabe.
That's tough.
And looking at my hero stuff is like which color. My blue hero stuff, I had casting Andor unit, the 2-drop that prevents damage coming in, the legendary, and then I had a Captain Rex and 2 Jade Squadron patrols, and I went, good enough, and slapped the yellow and the blue together. It was like the fastest deck build I've ever done, and called it a day. I felt like it was fine. It wasn't like the worst in, the world, but
It wasn't Leia, that's for sure.
it wasn't late. And if I had opened Leia and I could have run Leia with a yellow base, and I think it would have been um pretty solid. But again, it was fine. I won my first match actually against John, lights out in our Discord. He literally lives down the street from me. I'm like, of course, we go to a 550 person event
That's crazy.
and get paired first round. Um,
Wow.
so I beat him, and then I lost my next three matches. They all went to 3 games. I played 2 Leias and a Luthen. Missed my first drops in my Luthen losses, and that's just a game ender. I did mill a Leia deck with Sabe for a win, because Sabe's pulling cards out of hand and the deck, and so it just went long enough that it just worked, which is kind of funny. Um, and yeah, pretty disappointed. So I dropped after going 1-3 and was really sad because I really wanted a better result. I took my pool and I showed Jim my red and my green. I said, "Did I make a mistake? Was there something I was missing here?" And he looked. He said, "No, you played exactly what you should have played. It just wasn't enough. It just wasn't good enough." So, um, yeah, kind of sucks. Like there is like the RNG factor of limited, like sealed specifically. That's why there is part of me that wishes we could draft, but 550 people drafting does sound kind of insane to try and organize.
How would you even monitor that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So
I mean, I think you could do it. It would require a ton of prep where they stamp all the cards, but that's a lot of prep
yeah,
for that.
yeah.
So
Um, so yeah, I ended the day and I soaked my frustration in the worst convention burger and that I've ever had with a Mountain Dew that I don't drink anymore because I was sad and eventually climbed back and went and played a draft, and the draft was fun. Ended up drafting Leia and went 2-1 in there, did fine. And I was like, "Oh yeah, this is fun."
yeah. It did feel like the limited stuff was like super swingy depending on what you got. Like everybody that pulled a Leia was playing it regardless what their pools were and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Um
Um, yeah, it's definitely I'm kinda tired of set 6 limited because of Leia's dominance.
yeah, I don't think it's a good limited set, unfortunately.
It Yeah, it's like, yes, you can play Sly, yes, you can I mean, I gotta shout out McBobber for playing Luthen Yellow to 8-1 on day 1 to make day 2. Like, that I looked at that, I looked at his deck, I was like, how the heck did you do this?" Like, I stood until I was like, how did you figure this out?" And he had 2 Mandalorians, and he was like, "Just trade up, because of Luthen's ability, like, just trade, control the board, get to Mandalorian and double Mandalorian and say, 'Do you have an answer for 2 of these?'"
That's
And,
crazy.
yeah, Maverick says it was better for draft and sealed. I totally agree, 100%.
Still, even then, it's like this set was not like it was kind of a boring set, so it makes the whole limited kind of boring. And it's like a lot of the cards that would make the limited in this like really fun are all rares and legendaries. So it's like you don't even get to do the cool stuff.
Yeah, all the, like, double disclose cards, like the charged for murder, corruption, whatever, uh, really hard to pull off in sealed. So, like,
Yeah.
the disclose stuff was I don't know. Like the spies, I like the spy generation of this set for
Yes.
limited. Like that I like
There's
that
not
a
that
lot.
much of it.
Um, yeah,
It's like
Maverick said I like that it wasn't as initiative dependent like Legends of the Force was. That's also true. Sometimes you won if you could just keep a Talzin off the Force. That's definitely a thing. Um,
Yeah, I don't
but
know. Like even the generate spy generation stuff, like most of it has disclose, and it's hard to either do or it's like a rare card or something like
yeah,
that. I don't know. It
but
didn't feel
truly,
good.
yeah, but like drafting, you definitely had more agency to do that. Whereas in sealed, like you just had to play what you opened and
Yeah.
so yeah, I did enjoy draft. I drafted again on Sunday. Actually, Jim drafted in that pod as well. And specifically drafted Jabba because I'd never drafted Jabba. I just pulled him. I said, "Gonna I'm gonna go for this." And of course, Jim was my only loss in that pod. He 3-0'd it. I was 2-1, and um, he only that was. I'll save that for the conversation with Jim. That was something. That man He legitimately at the draft, like, we finished the draft, and he said, "This is the worst pool I've ever drafted," and then he went 3-0, and he's like, "I need to apologize. I'm sorry for saying that, everybody. I wasn't trying to sandbag. I truly" he only had 2 drops, and he still 3-0'd it, so
That's crazy.
friggin' beast.
He also got to do the draft for the limited day 2, which is
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and he went 2-1.
but
Um,
you'll hear about that later.
yes. Yes.
But there
Uh
is you guys should definitely I'm sure he'll bring it up. There was some kind of weird pairing thing that happened with the draft on day 2 that I don't understand, but
Well, it's just that yeah, it's just that that one pod had to have 9 and another one had to have 10 because just the numbers of people who made day 2 weren't like a clean 8,
yeah,
like
but then they also had randomized pairings within pods.
oh, yeah, also true.
Like, I don't know,
I
weird
don't know why.
weird stuff there,
Yeah,
but
I also, yeah, Maverick said it's, the common villain leaders were fairly balanced, it's just Luthen and C-3PO were substantially worse than Leia. Yes, a perfect stat point was that there were 0 C-3POs registered in sealed. Like, he's a common yellow hero leader, like, that should just not ever be a thing, in my opinion, if it's a common leader. Like, there should be some reason to play it, and the fact that I don't expect people to play Bale because it's a rare leader that you're supposed to build around that idea. Like, Price,
right.
you're supposed to build around it, but common leaders, like 0 being registered, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
he
see,
might
we'll
have
see.
been yeah, I don't know. I think they just same with set 3, they were way too, like, conservative with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's, like, super conservative with stuff, and then you print Django in the same set, and then,
Mhm.
like like, it's just stupid stuff like that, whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, day 2
So, yeah.
or day 2 for you, premiere.
Day 2, I played Premiere. So Jim and I were working behind the scenes on a Talzin Yellow off meta deck. Uh if you guys know me at all when it comes to Premiere, I'm allergic to meta decks. I can't play them. It just bores me to death. I don't have fun playing meta decks. It just doesn't make sense in my brain. Um so we played Talzin Yellow. It's a sweet deck, honestly. And, like, I know a bunch of people are on it for post rotation because Wu posted about it in his Stranger. Spoiler: now everybody's playing Talzin Yellow in like post rotation. So I will probably unsleeve it immediately. Now that people are like getting excited about it for post rotation because I'm not about that life. Um, but pre rotation it was still pretty sweet, and I actually started off 2-0. There was a guy who went 8-1 in day 1 and this great guy from Canada. I wish I remembered his name, but I was his only loss for day 1. He was on
Wow.
Hantu Data Vault, and um, it was fun. I gotta tell you, she and Flurry Vader is an addictive drug. That is a really fun play.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Um. So yeah, it's a pretty like controlling mid range thing, but it can really pop off because a Talzin with a hot shot blaster and a constructed lightsaber just it's like a couple swings and you've got the game. So yeah. So anyway, so I started 2-0 and then lost my next 3 matches and decided to drop. I could have grinded it out for like top 256 for more black packs, but I was like, I'm not doing that. Um I had a great time, honestly, loved the deck, got to meet some great people. and played some really fun games. So it was fine. It was a good experience. Glad I got a couple of wins to start off the day. Um, I beat a Boba Pilot Yellow that wiped 5 of my units off the board on the flip with Boba Pilot plus, Topple the Summit, and it was like, "Okay." Uh, and then I bamboozled and Anakin'd his, ship he brought Boba on, so we basically, like, reset the game. It was like, "Okay, never mind, let's reset," and, uh,
That's crazy.
yeah. Um, so that was a fun win, but and then I got Kaz Yellow. I got wrecked. My other losses were in 3 games, but man, Kaz or Kaz Red absolutely wrecked me with a trench run with a fireball that hit for like 7 or 8 to close it out. I could not interact with the space. That was We knew that going in that it would be a struggle, like an aggro space deck that isn't Vader, because obviously Talzin can kill all the little ties, but the big stuff, like the Falcons and stuff, it's really hard because a lot of my stuff does -3, like Talzin Assassin or Anakin and
Right.
Old Daka with Assassin, but I can't kill the Falcon, which is the problem. So, yeah.
That's
Um,
tough.
so yeah,
Dang.
but dropped and got to play some Twin Suns. Jim was done by that point, so Jim and I played some Twin Suns and had an absolute blast. I mean, just we'll probably talk about that in our videos because it was it sparked so much joy.
Yeah.
Like absolutely memorable moments that like, and one guy said he's like, I had more fun playing that one Twin Suns game than the last 2 days of like limited and premiere. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. It was cool
Um,
seeing people's creativity coming out too.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Um, as someone who was watching the event from home for the premiere stuff, at least I watched some. It was like sudden ferocities everywhere, faith in your friends everywhere. Like that's all you saw on stream, like every other turn.
Yeah. Turns out faith in your friends, paying 2 to put 2 spies out and draw a card is a good card,
Pretty good card. Pretty good card.
especially in a deck like Han, who's already like giving up cards.
Yep.
So yeah, that card's not going anywhere. But Han 1 and Han 2 are gone.
Han 1 and Han 2 are gone. And
Rest in peace.
top 4 was all Han 1s. And it was like Han 1 yellow versus Han 1 yellow and then Han 1 Tarkentown versus Han 1 Tarkentown, which is surprising to me because green has always been the dominant Han 1 build and it wasn't
Yep.
even top 8.
Yeah, that is funny. That is ironic. Um yeah, wasn't it like Yoda was the only non-Han in the top 8? Is
Yoda,
that right?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Um which yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so no rotation B leaders in the top cut.
Yeah.
So, what is going to happen in the next regionals, everybody? We don't know.
I actually am curious to see. Someone posted the stats of like what was played. I want to see how many post rotation leaders or even like a percentage of what's being played.
Yeah, Jeff said Han 1 was 10 of the top 16.
That's crazy.
Before we keep going, by the way, I have to go back and I have to just give Mike Gem all the props, taking it down regionals again. Man is a freaking beast. Um, Dominant. I think he just cemented himself as like the number one player uh in the world, taking down sectors and regionals, and well done. Uh I went up to him at one point. He it was the end of limited, so he was waiting for this is after the end of day 2, so it was the end of Saturday, and he was just sitting there watching games. And I went up to him, I said, "Hey man, I know you're not busy, and we need a fourth for Twin Suns, so can you tap in please?" And he has gone on record saying he'll never play Twin Suns. So I've now made it my goal to be the one that convinces him to finally play Twin Suns and
Nice.
uh and to learn how great it is. So
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's it for the event.
Yeah.
Mm,
Think we covered pretty much everything that we can without
yeah,
Jimbo.
we'll hit Jim's run and all of the things with him. So yeah, that's done, and we're moving on to set 7, pre-release in 11 days.
Let's go. And
I
set 7 looks like a really cool set too. So I am pumped. I
yeah,
am pumped.
I'm eager. I have no idea how like sealed and draft is going to work with all these triple colors and the common bases. That was one of the main topics of conversation at regionals is people like talking about this is really going to like test people and uh it did make me a little limited for the more casual players of like will they be so confused and overwhelmed that
No, they
they don't
do
have as
this
much
in
fun?
Magic. Magic has dual colored cards. It's not a big deal like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Well, good. I've got a few maybe to wrap up the episode today. I've got some spoilers, not a ton, but a few that
Yee.
we can talk about and discuss
I
that
haven't
we
even
haven't hit.
looked at all the cards in set 7.
I know I
They're
I
all
haven't
out.
either. I haven't
They're
had
all
time.
out.
Yeah, they're all out. The whole set is out there. Um, and hopefully that's exactly what happens with set 8 too, going
Time to
towards
do our
Worlds.
legendary tier list.
That's right. Okay, we got a new Boba Fett leader because we need more Boba Fetts. This is like kid Boba Fett, right? Green villain Boba Fett creates Claw Commander. When a friendly bounty hunter unit's attack ends, if the defending unit was defeated, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, create a credit token. Flips on 5 into a 3/7. Just kidding, it's a 3/6 with raid 1. When a friendly bounty hunter unit's attack ends, if the defending unit was defeated, create a credit token. Does this remind you of anything, Jay?
It's very similar to the original Boba Fett,
That's right.
but it's a 3/6.
Yeah, it's a
They
three
should have at
six
least
instead of a
made him a
4/7.
3/7.
Right. Uh,
Um,
yeah.
and on the flip side, you don't get 2 credit tokens, but if you do it twice, you can. You
Yep.
actually get 3 credit tokens or more, which is cool.
Yep.
Um, the funny thing about this leader though is like a lot of the cool uh bounty hunters that were focused around like killing units are in sets 1 and 2, like the original Boba Fett unit being able to deal damage when they're exhausted. It's like a attack unit centric style of play that some of the original bounty hunters had. That I mean, there might be more of them in this set that I just don't know about, but um, where we're losing like Django unit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Jeff made the comment in our live chat has to defeat the unit versus just leaving play. So you couldn't just like beguile something and be like, okay, I get one of those back. There's actually a little bit more at stake because you have to have bounty hunters, you have to defeat,
Yeah,
um, you have to attack. So yeah, it does feel like maybe a bit more balanced version of it. It will be weird seeing Kid Boba Fett dominating in some capacities, but yeah, I think it's cool. I think obviously as more bounty hunters get released over the next several sets, he could be very very powerful.
I
So
think the fact that he requires a trait like makes him kind of bad,
okay,
especially bounty hunter trait. Like bounty hunter trait isn't one that's really ever popped off,
but there's a ton
unfortunately.
in this set. There are a lot of bounty hunters in this set.
Yeah. So maybe it'll work. I don't know how many bounty hunters we're gonna get going forward either. Like, what are the names of the next 2 sets?
Ashes of the Empire and Homeworlds.
Ashes of the Empire might have some bounty
Yeah,
hunters.
because that could be Mandalorian themed stuff too.
Yeah, so maybe we get some more bounty hunters next set. I don't think Homeworld sounds like a bounty hunter set though.
Yeah, yeah, but I love tribal stuff like this that makes you go, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's a cool leader. Like, it's one
Yeah.
that I would play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool, and I think okay, I know I complained about Han 1 and Han 2, dominating in Premiere, but it does bring me a little bit of joy to look at a Star Wars tournament and seeing, like, main characters dominating, and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Han Solo?" Like, yes, that's a
Han,
Star Wars
Yoda.
tournament, not Quinlan Vos and, Mother Talzin. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're a real Star Wars fan, you know those, but if you're just a casual observer, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, another leader, Tobias Beckett. We got a yellow-blue leader, no hero, no villain. Action exhaust. Choose a friendly unit. An opponent takes control of it. If they do, create a credit token. Flips that 5 into a 4/6 underworld traded. When deployed, defeat any number of units you own but don't control. For each unit defeated this way, create a credit token and draw a card.
So you're killing all the stuff that you gave to your opponent and then creating credit tokens and drawing a card.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea how to evaluate this card.
Yeah, I know. This is gonna be one where we have to look at the full set and be like, okay, what are the units? They probably created some stuff to like send. So I know I didn't put it in here, but I know Val is one of them where like Val because of their connection or whatever, you can send Val to the other side, but you get something back. The
Are
Rio
there
Durant.
units that, have, like, negative when defeated? I guess, we don't have all the bounties anymore and stuff. Like, if you could use this guy and give your opponent a bunch of units that have bounties and then flip and collect all of those bounties off the units you gave, that'd be awesome.
I mean, that is a thing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Stolen AT hauler. That should be an obvious one. That's actually thematic with the movie too.
Yeah,
So
but
you
then they have a 4/5 until you
no 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 no
fight.
no 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 no. You play hauler on 3 or 4, and um you attack with it on the 5 resource turn. Then and you give them so you attack with it. Then you give them an exhausted hauler. You flip Beckett and you destroy that hauler, and
Uh-huh.
then you get a credit and a draw card, and you get to play your hauler
Right,
for
right, right, right. Yeah.
so that makes
On
sense.
the turn before, I think, yeah, that'd be fine to do it.
Yeah.
Um, hmm.
So
Do
it
you
it makes
ever
sense.
do you ever, like, use this the turn that you play a unit? Or you no? Like, do you turn 1, play a unit,
Yeah,
tap
I
it,
think
give it
someone
to him?
mentioned the Rio Durant, like I'm trying to remember what the Rio Durant does off the top of my head. It allows you to replay a unit you control and you give it a shield. So Rio, yeah, you play it again for free shielded. Makes sense. It's gonna be a weird one. This is a deck builder's dream, right? Like this is the weird though I will also say we said that about DJ, and I've never seen anybody seriously play DJ.
This has some potential, though, like, on the flip turn, having, like, 6, 7 credit tokens.
6, 7.
Yeah, 8, 9 credit tokens. Uh, that's kinda sick. I mean, it plays into that same, like, Lando and Han 1 archetype of, like, having a huge spike turn.
Yep.
But the downside is you're giving away your cards, like, you're not using
Yeah,
your card.
there's gotta be enough stuff that you'll like, what's the, Galen Urso where you get like, you play it and it actually buffs your stuff, so you play it normally, but then you can send it to the other side, but
Mhm.
you could just play it and then send it to the other side, and it gives you raid and something.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So, there's probably enough stuff that, like enough tricks that you could pull.
I wanna play this, though, in actual, Twin Suns and give people units with bounties.
There you go. But you gotta watch out because exploit, is a thing in Twin Suns too, so that you could give them a unit that they'll exploit.
You still get the bounty, though, at least.
Well, if I exploit the unit you gave me, I get to choose where the bounty goes.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Alright, we got another leader. Chewbacca. Red Hero. Hero of Kessel. Action 1, exhaust, defeat a friendly resource, deal 2 damage to a unit, and create a credit token. And then epic action, pay 4. Deploy this leader. As in, you don't flip when you have it. You pay 4 resources to deploy this leader. And then he comes out as a 5/6 Underworld Wookiee. On attack, you may defeat a friendly resource. If you do, deal 2 damage to a unit and create a credit token. Here's another weird one to evaluate.
Yeah, man, this is weird. Um, I wish it wasn't an epic action. I wish you just keep paying to flip Chewbacca out. um, yeah, going against the fundamental like math of the game where you get a free unit once per game, like just doesn't seem like it makes sense to me.
Yep. Yep.
He gets such a huge swing. The only way that I see this guy being played, and we talked about it in the chat and everything, so I'm sure everybody knows, is like somehow doing this on turn 2, like creating a credit token on turn 1, and then turn 2, you pay the 4, get a 5/6 out there,
Yep.
like, and then just start Voltroning him and going face. But I don't know. Seems bad. Like one village protector. It's like now your Voltron means nothing against this.
Wait, but Jay, Village Protectors has rotated, right?
Yeah, yeah, we got some other bull crap.
Right. Stay tuned.
I wish.
Yeah,
um,
I don't know. I will wait to watch other people try and play this to see if somebody else can figure it out.
yeah, agreed.
Glad this is a rare for draft and limited purposes because that. But I don't know. In limited, like just being able to be like, okay, I'll just pay 4 to have a 5/6 like hit you real quick, like that. I don't know. In limited, sometimes that can just be like, okay, you're probably gonna get off um 2 attacks with this Chewbacca, swing for 10, and
Yeah, I mean, if in limited you get a 1 drop, you can do this, right? No, you have to defeat a run. Wait, yeah, you still can't do it. I don't know. I don't know what the math is there. Can you? 1 drop, defeat a friendly resource,
no,
create a credit.
I'm just saying play on curve. Just literally
Yeah,
like
I know,
deploy
I
this
know,
at
but
4.
I'm trying to think if you could do in limited.
Yeah, you could. I mean, there's that one cost or 2 costs create a uh credit. Like it's like a pretty boring thing, but it is a thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we'll see. Um how much time we got?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll hit a few more. Here's Bosk. Join our merry band.
Hey, let's go.
4 drop blue green villain, 3/5 underworld bounty hunter. See, more bounty hunters for Boba. On attack, give a unit +1/+1 for this phase. You may give a unit -1/-1 for this phase.
It's a cool card. So
Seems
it's
solid
kind of like
enough.
a 4 drop, 4/6,
Right. It's
and
typically what it.
takes 1
Yeah.
less damage back.
Yeah, which is
So
pretty. Yeah, I feel like that's
seems pretty
pretty
good.
decent. Yeah. Um, because yeah, 3/5 is now like a 3. Like, you look at this, you go 3/5 is like for 3 drops, but so it looks bad on the front, but yeah, when you start to think about it, once this thing attacks, you've got some pretty sweet, um, I don't know, possibilities.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this seems like a pretty good card.
Dryden could ambush this guy out if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kills with 3 costs, 3 fives.
Yeah. That seems good. Seems good. More blue green villain stuff. Cad Bane. Where's Will? Will, Cad Bane. 6/6. It's a 6 cost 6/6 underworld bounty hunter. Um what oh okay. I was looking at hit like the way he was leaning and I'm like, what is he doing? And then I saw he's got his like rocket boots or whatever.
Yeah, he's in the
Shielded
air.
Shielded Overwhelm. This is a legendary, by the way. On attack, defeat any number of friendly credit tokens. Give an experience token to this unit for each credit defeated this way.
I think this is a cool card. I think this is a really strong card.
It's slow, but new rotation might make games a little bit slower where you could actually play this.
It's slow, but it's also kind of like having emergency powers on a stick. Like in a way. Like if you can stack up a bunch of credit tokens and then play this dude as
Yeah.
like a 12/12, like unless they have an answer, you're hitting base really hard.
Yeah. I feel like that'll be hard, though. Like to have 6 credits just sitting there in blue green. Well,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know the set well enough to know how easy it is gonna be to create credits, but
Yeah.
like it's kinda
I,
cool. I like
yeah.
this card.
Yeah. Obviously, like any way to ambush something out with Shielded and Overwhelm will be sweet.
Yeah,
Um,
especially with that ability. Like,
yeah.
if you can ambush this out and have a bunch of credits
Yeah.
to
So
destroy
the
and
Java,
overwhelm a million.
the new Java leader can ambush underworld units, but he is yellow. So you'd have to run this with one of the new common bases to and be like, oh, this is the thing. Because he comes out at 6. So he could ambush out the Cad Bane
Yeah.
with the new common base. And in yellow, you're probably creating more credits for it to pull off this ability. So maybe,
That whole common base, new, like, aspect stuff is fascinating because I feel like that makes balancing 100 times harder.
yeah,
Because you have to be like, "Okay, well, this can actually be played in this archetype
yep,
for
yeah,
the regular cost." Like,
yeah.
that's I don't know how you balance that.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one. Okay, we have maybe a couple more that we can do. Here's Houndstooth, another blue green villain. It's spaceship 7 drop 4/8 underworld vehicle transport. When attack ends, if this unit survived, you may defeat a unit with less power than this unit. Uh
I
I
thought
don't
you were gonna
really
say it's a spaceship stapler. That's because that's, like, what people call it. It was like
that's
it looks
funny.
like a stapler in space.
Yeah, I don't really like 7 drops that are hitting for only 4 and don't do anything on play.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um,
Again, same thing with Jabba. You could, because it's an underworld thing, you could ambush.
yeah, I could see this being viable in a like, if there's ever a card that's, like, ambush with a space unit and give it +2 or something like that, then this guy is kinda cool because then you kill 2 things potentially. But he's cost 7, like, that's so much.
Yep.
I think it's probably gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's got it will probably if Dryden or Jabba, if that's a thing, then yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
right? But less power than this unit? I mean,
Wait, you said
uh,
Dryden. This, can't be ambush with Dryden.
on the flip it can,
Oh, the flip
because
side.
Dryden deploys at 7.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems kinda mid. Alright, last one.
wait,
Legendary.
wait, then if this is the last one, we're going forward.
'Kay.
I have one I really wanna hit. Droid
Basement
laser
view.
turret. It's a 3-job blue 2/1 droid with sentinel and shielded. Thoughts, Jay?
Trash. I'm playing Talzin.
That's all you're gonna play.
I'm playing Talzin just so I can kill this thing for free.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh my god. Don't even get me started on this crap. They were
it
like,
is
"Oh no, our our awesome village protectors are rotating out. Let's replace it."
Yeah, the new Arsing leader, defeats things with 1 health, so you could also play Arsing.
Now
Um,
it's like freaking villains can do it now too. Great.
yeah, yeah. What,
Perfect.
yeah. What a weird addition, right? Uh,
Are decks even running Village Protectors anymore? Like, is Yoda Datavolt even running that card anymore
I don't
these
think
days?
so. I think Captain Typho, Yoda does. Okay, yeah, Jeff is our resident Yoda player, so guess they do. But I do feel like Captain Typho became like the de facto heroic sentinel. It's like Obi-Wan
Yeah,
as a
Obi-Wan the
3/5
Typho.
into Captain Typho. So,
Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, you
well,
also have, like, Churret, like, I feel like I mean, if you're playing a Force
yeah, on
deck,
Force, yeah. Yeah.
like, Churret plus Obi-Wan plus Typho, like, yeah,
Yeah, Sentinel.deck.
I hate
All
this
right,
card.
well, we had to end the episode on a banger, so I don't think we
I
can get
also
better than
hate
this.
that it looks like a hand, like, upside down,
Oh, yeah.
and it's shooting out of its fingers.
Choo, choo, choo.
Stupid.
So great. All right. Well, I'll stop sharing my screen from there, but I think that'll do it for this week's episode of the Conversation Lab. Jay's favorite card has been spoiled, and we're ready.
We're
Next week,
ready.
pre-releases are going to start. So
Good podcast, good podcast.
yeah,
Clap
we'll
it
we'll
up.
have we'll have a second one popping up with Jim detailing his run. So stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for today, guys.
Yeah, I think
Chat.
I might go on a binge of trying to figure out what leader I'm gonna main next now that Han's gone. So I gotta, like, play through everything now and see what I like.
There you go. Got to start prepping for Worlds. Only 5 months away.
I just don't like playing, on webcam anymore. So it's like, I gotta
I feel
meet
that.
people in person to play, and I don't get to do that as much, and I have to have all the cards, and I don't have all the cards.
There you go. There you go. All right. Hey, chat. Thanks for hanging. If you want to hang with us in chat, unplayable.gg, jump into our members only club. You can also pick up your pair of participants
Yep.
and join us for the next big whatever event comes. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.